sing. Every time I start to believe.
It is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. First down 10 at their own 24-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. At the 21-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. They'll roll him out right. That is incomplete. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out in the tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This one goes underneath to Walker. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. Room here to run. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, that's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Teams take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They'll look to throw again. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 42. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sand. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the 1st down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Oh, that one well designed, as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him, as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far.
A great play there. 29 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Myers counts on the PAT. And it's now 21-0.
Vikings nothing. Jason Myers to kick
So
off
how about
for
this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And just shedding him off there. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. In motion left, that's Thielen. McCarthy off the play fake. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
He'll drop to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their...
That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 45 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half.
Vikings nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
At the 47-yard line.
Let's go.
Walker now on first and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Jet sweep, Will Smith and Jigba. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Ready? 70,
They'll set up a throw. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Get it.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Ken Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's McCarthy. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more
disastrous half of football for another side, but if you focus on the positive half, with this big six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Picked off by David Witherspoon.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Winston's pass intercepted. The Seahawks take over first and 10.
On the stage.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks just continue to roll. Myers connects on the PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. Now inside the 25. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 61 yards. And the Vikings are able to claw one back. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
82, 82. 180, Sunday. What's up?
Wentz going to look to throw. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now Jones. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you get a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. To the left side, catch made by Royal. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Ready, set. Hey, smash Bronco. Ready. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
90, Warriors, 70. Go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he is caught. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
60 Vikes, 60 Vikes, Cowboy 80, Trap 60, Trap 60, Trap 19, 70 Rangers, Trap 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Ready.
They go play action here on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice throw by the rookie from Alabama. That's a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
60 Vikes, 60 Vikes.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Ken Walker on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Go.
Throwing now is Wentz. So the completion gets him just a yard. And then we'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Wentz. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Reek Woolen. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Bayless Jones on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
19 tight. 19 tight.
1st and 10 at the 41.
They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football. And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. No, let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Ready? Ready?
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Seahawks have got it on cruise control. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, our coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Wentz now to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Wentz. He had a man open, but he missed him when it's incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. On play action, it's Wentz. Rolling to his right. This is caught by Addison. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Wentz drops it to Jones in the flat. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
First down, Vikings.
Now Wentz again. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 14-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 56 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. 176 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Pushed out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He's got his target. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
Eluding the pressure right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Seahawks extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Myers connects on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
At the 32-yard line.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings 1st down as he gets this up past the 40.
1st down, Minnesota.
Here we go.
And inside give to Jones. Shreds into the stiff arm. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. And the Seahawks.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Wentz going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 30 yards. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Jones on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And Walker has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take a look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
19 tight, 70, Warriors, 70, Hawk, come back, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They'll look to throw again. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
19 Lions. Here we go. Here we go. 18. 60 Vikes. Mustang 19. Say, hey. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Back to throw again. Smith and Jigba with the ground. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Smith and Jigba.
Panther 11.
It's a
Panther
gain
11.
of a yard.
Dragon
Brings
60.
up 4th down and 1.
Buffalo 18. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
79 Broncos.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me is the book on him has to change. You got to now plan for those legs as well as him throwing the football.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
14. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again, so another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. To throw is Wentz. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Wentz. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at triple zeros. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
on the ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That's good for a Seahawks.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
43-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
60 Vikes, 60, Dragon 60. Go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. But a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
As our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Our fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an
These